Hello, the internet. It is Peter and Scott from WhatCulture.com. We are at Gamescom. Behind us, the word Tekken on a poster and some German words that I think mean first gameplay.
Yeah, we played a hell of a lot of Tekken 7. It's absolutely brilliant. We kind of need to break this down into some sort of sentences.
Okay, so first impressions. That's always my first question.
Really, really good. Tekken 6 didn't really get me in. Mm-hmm. I sort of dropped off a little bit of Tekken 5. I did play 6, but at the same time, it just didn't do it for me. They did too many sort of random characters.
Yeah, me too.
And whatever else. And for this one, they've really made a point of doing a full story mode, which they let us play. So we got to play. I got to play. I don't think you did the story mode.
I didn't touch the story mode.
So for story mode, they've shown a trailer which was Heihachi versus Akuma. They've retconned the story so that Akuma is the source of the Devil Gene, which is why Kazuya and Jin always have all the crazy bat wings and everything else. That now came from Akuma. So Heihachi has this grudge against Akuma, and the story mode opens with the two of them fighting. You actually get to pick your character. So if you pick Heihachi, you have to dodge during a quick time event, which then sets up the fight. Whereas if you play as Akuma, you just jump in and you just wail on Heihachi. There's a great fan moment where you beat him with Akuma's signature finisher from Street Fighter, all the symbols and then the backward stance. It's badass.
Okay.
Akuma has special meters on the bottom of his screen. So even though it's a Street Fighter character in a Tekken game, he plays like a Street Fighter character. His attacks connect with that frame stop thing.
Yeah.
It's great. First impressions are that they've listened to the fans. They've doubled down on the story, and they've really given you a reason to actually get through it and see the cutscenes and see what's going to happen next.
There are also some parallels with other fighting games.
Yeah.
What kind of things did you notice?
Well, yeah, so I think it's just the case of a main Tekken installment hasn't been around for a good few years, and they've had time to look at things like what Mortal Kombat have been doing, because Tekken 7 literally straight up, the story mode is Mortal Kombat 9 and 10 and Injustice's style story mode. You've got fights interspersed with cutscenes, and it loads the next fight underneath the cutscenes,
right.
So it's quite seamless. It's great. I mean, if you I remember when Mortal Kombat 9 came out, and fans were just every single fighting game needs this style of story, and It's perfect. They've taken it across. Same with the counters. One of the counter systems, they're called power rushes, I think, which is where you absorb a hit. You still take the damage, but you're charging a counter attack. It's literally almost beat for beat what Mortal Kombat do. But again, it's something that works really, really well, and it lets you turn the tide of a fight when you need it most. So for me, they're things that I'm just Tekken has always been the king of the fighters in the motto and everything else, King of Iron Fist tournament. But for them to take those features, it just makes Tekken that little bit better. Mm-hmm. So I'm totally fine with them cribbing little things like that.
Okay.
It just makes it play even better.
Yeah. So as well as new features, there is, of course, a set of brand new characters on the roster. Did you play any of those? What do you think?
I did. I can't think what the name of the dude was, who's this ancient mystical bounty hunter guy with a crazy mutant arm. It's Cristiano or something.
I think it was something like Claudio.
Serafino, Claudio Serafino?
The Serafino, yeah. Claudio Serafino. Citation needed.
I managed to beat you, lols, with a straight Ryu style massive uppercut, which he did it out of this Spanish flamenco spin. Dude's just straight up style. Yeah. It's very Li Chao Lang, but with a lot more flamenco kind of spins and stylish stuff. He knows. It was only really him that I played as. You played as Gygas, though.
I did.
Which is another new guy.
Yeah.
A bit like Jack, kinda?
Well, you'd think so. There's this new guy called Gygas, and at first glance, he's just a big robot. But he seems to have a fleshy chin underneath. It's he's wearing it's like a visor. So he's not a robot, I don't think. Possibly a cyborg. And he doesn't actually play much like Jack at all. Okay. I mean, other than being pretty strong. But
I was just being sizist. I was he's a big guy.
Yeah, exactly.
He's going to play like Jack.
No.
Shame on me.
Yep.
Although Bob did lose a lot of weight before, now he's big again.
Yeah.
So even he doesn't know.
No.
I wouldn't worry about it.
No.
It's good.
It is good.
It's good stuff.
The thing about Claudio, if that is his name,
yes,
he has a special arm.
He's got a demon arm. You see the way that I didn't manage to pull off a lot of his demon attacks, but he seems to have this thing that you can charge, and then that means that he can finish guys off a lot faster than otherwise. But that segues into the whole, they've got these rage meters, rage finishes. Very Street Fighter, talking of things that they've taken from other franchises or that they're sort of aping from other franchises. Every character now has a rage finisher, which are quite easy to pull off. It's back square triangle or just square triangle itself, X circle together, whatever. And they're just really lush, over the top, just screen-filling Street Fighter style, big finishes.
You can use them within a fight and not necessarily finish the fight with the attack, but they work beautifully as finishers. And I think for people who aren't as technically gifted, it's very satisfying. So something like Mortal Kombat, you have to learn these finishers, and some of them are quite difficult to pull off. Whereas with these, as Scott says, it's as simple as square and triangle together, maybe a directional button, something like that. But if you pull it off right at the end of the fight when someone's got a tiny little bit of health left, you are going to flourish that finish. It's going to be amazing.
I mean, the thing that they have, like the rage meter, it's not really like a meter. Rage it's back from Tekken 6. When you're on low health, you sort of glow like red flames, and that's your like rage stance or whatever. So you can pull off these moves. So it means that even if you're on the receiving end, you can do one of the rage moves and take about like a third of someone's health off if it lands, because your opponent can't block it. And obviously combined with the counter system, like there are still ways to go back and forward. It just seems like they've acknowledged the fact that a lot of people like the tactile side of Tekken, which used to be associated with Street Fighter a lot more.
Yeah.
So that idea of really thinking about every move you're doing and getting as far away as possible from all the button bashing stuff makes Tekken an all-round great fighting game. So yeah, I was really impressed by all the back and forward stuff they've got. I like it.
We also had a character reveal today that I think was exclusive to Gamescom.
They said like, oh, this is a new exclusive character, but I did know about it. It might just be because I saw a leak online. Okay. But I did know that Li Qiaolang / Violet is in the game.
Okay.
So it was meant to be.
Officially, it was the reveal.
Yes.
But Scott his little birds have been whispering, I suppose. But it is now official. Li Qiaolang / Violet is in the game.
Yeah, we didn't get to play as him. I don't even think I saw him on the roster. We had a bit of a trimmed roster for the demo. But yeah, Lee's in the game. Apparently he's integral to the game itself. A lot of the stuff they're doing with the story is going to actually give a reason to why Heihachi and Kazuya have been fighting each other for so long. So they want to delve into exactly where their rivalry comes from, and that seems to stem, in Kazuya's part, from how Lee is an adopted son and how there's a lot of like sibling rivalry going on, and how Heihachi would face them off against each other for the sake of breeding a better son, ostensibly.
We actually saw a screenshot, which hopefully is from actual gameplay, of a young Heihachi with the black hair of Tekken 1, Tekken 2, and a very young Kazuya who was like pint-sized. And they were sort of in the side-on fight battle stance. So it looks like possibly, as part of the game, there might be a flashback to Kazuya having like fight training with his dad.
At the very start of Tekken 2, like you've got the opening cinematic as Heihachi carrying the defeated Kazuya over the cliff. I mean, he's older than he was in the footage that we're talking about, but maybe the fight stage is modelled after, they said, a volcano.
Yeah.
And it's just like it's satire at this point how many characters have been lobbed into volcanoes in Tekken. But at the same time, like if they can do a Rogue One and tie it in so that the defeat of Kazuya leads to that volcano thing, it just sort of makes it a bit tighter. And again, gives the characters a reason to fight each other, which you never questioned growing up. They just sort of hate each other.
Absolutely,
now they're going to give us a reason apparently. So
visually looking really good. The transitions from cutscene to fighting are great. So overall, I'm very excited. How are you excited?
It was fantastic. I think they've rebuilt the whole thing through Unreal 4, so it just looks great. The environments especially, there's a lot of deformability. They've sort of taken it from Dead or Alive. You can smash guys through walls and through floors. In fact, we were fighting each other and an entire side of a canyon fell apart, Dragon Ball Z style, and we just like fell into this other area and kept fighting. They've done a lot. They really want to knock you out with the visuals, but they back it up with a lot of the technical stuff too. It's great. As a lifetime Tekken guy, blown away. It's brilliant. I really love it.
I agree. So that is it for now, but stick with What Culture Gaming for even more gaming coverage from Gamescom 2016. I have been Peter from WhatCulture.com.
I've been Scott from WhatCulture.com.
And we will see you next time.